let's resume. Just look at that hovercraft. Wow. All right, so let's listen in.
For basic flight maneuvers, your most important instrument.
Let me adjust the volume just a moment here so you guys can hear the instructor. I know many of you have
heads-up display,
probably already done this, but
the HUD consists of two glass panels that are used to display projected information. The HUD is located between the top of the instrument panel and the canopy bow. Let's talk about its most important information. Horizontally along the top of the HUD
hey Max,
is the heading tape with the heading marker in the center.
no PE.
The marker in relation to the tape indicates your current heading. The boxed number on the left side of the HUD is your calibrated airspeed.
I think I need to turn it up just a bit more here. Hold on.
And
let's do options. That's going to be really loud for some things. I wonder if maybe the helmet needs to go up as well. World maybe. In cockpit. Music we don't want.
Box on the right side is your barometric or radar altitude. Above the
yeah, that's pretty good. That worked. There's the main volume. Helmet. Down to 80. Okay.
The altitude box is your vertical velocity. In the center of the HUD is the pitch ladder that indicates your positive or negative pitch angle to the horizon line. In the center of the pitch ladder is the velocity vector that, when uncaged, shows the flight vector of your aircraft when it's not flashing. In other words, you will fly to the point your velocity vector is on, unless it is flashing. Along the left side of the HUD is a data block of 4 values.
Alright, I gotta start making some notes. I didn't quite understand the velocity indicator there, so I'm gonna need to ask some of you experts the velocity vector. So let's make a note there. Because it said I didn't quite understand that, but not that we need to understand it right this moment.
The top is your angle of attack. Below that is your airspeed as Mach. Next is current G. And at the bottom is the peak G. Along the bottom of the HUD is a bank angle indicator. Press spacebar to continue. There are 3 primary controls that you will use to fly the Hornet. These are the control stick, throttles, and rudder pedals. The control stick controls pitch and roll. Push and pull back on the stick to lower and raise the nose of the aircraft. If thrust is constant though, you lose speed as you climb and gain speed as you dive. To roll the aircraft, push the stick to the left or right. By rolling the aircraft and then pulling back on the stick, you turn the aircraft. To control thrust, you use the left and right engine throttles. When you select the maximum throttle setting, the afterburners are selected. While these provide great thrust, they also consume fuel quickly. To move the nose of your aircraft laterally side to side, use left and right rudder pedals. You will also use the rudder pedals to steer the aircraft when you taxi using nose wheel steering.
Hey Scotty, Adair.
Press spacebar to continue. Ahead of you is a series of gates that you will fly through to practice flying the Hornet. A few things to keep in mind. First, try to keep your airspeed between 250 and 400 knots. Second, be careful to not over-control the aircraft with large, rapid control movements. Use smooth control inputs. Third, fly the aircraft to place the velocity vector on the HUD in the center of the next gate. Fourth, the faster you are, the wider your turns will be. Avoid getting too fast so you can make the turn to the next gate. Press spacebar when you are ready to start.
Okay, so I think hello, test 1 2. I think I understand that basically, where This little, I guess this little circle here is the velocity vector. And so if I stay there, it'll go to that point. So now I understand the velocity vector. Okay.
While we strongly
we're flying
recommend
now.
a joystick, you can also fly the Hornet with a keyboard using pitch, up and down arrows, roll, left and right arrows, thrust, page up and page down, yaw, X and Y.
Alright, I need to keep my speed under, under 100. Woo! Small movements, it said. There's the velocity vector. Feels really nice. Keep the speed up a little bit there with the thrust. Let's try that velocity vector with an outside shot. What, gotta get on? Look at the scenery. Have you put curves on the axis? No, I have not. Do I need to? Yeah, you should at least put
At any point
put
of a
some
lesson,
on it. I don't
you
even
can
know how
press
to.
the pause key.
I
This
don't
can
even.
be useful if you need more time to read the text or step away.
I don't even know how to do that. We need a snack air livery for the F-18. Yeah. I'm gonna speed up just a tad here. Let's get that velocity vector going right there. Oh wow. Wow. Yeah, I'm at 15 on the pitch and roll for the Warthog. How do you where do you set that actually? Woo dog. Make that gate.
To look around the cockpit, you can use the keyboard. View up, keypad 8, view down, keypad 2, view left, keypad 4, view right, keypad 6, zoom in, keypad asterisk, zoom out, keypad /.
YNG, how you doing? I forgot how to say the name. I learned yesterday. Angvi. Angvi? Angvi. How are you doing?
There are several view options to view the world outside your cockpit. External of your aircraft and other aircraft, F2. Flyby of your aircraft, F3. Return to the cockpit, F1.
Hey Bonanza, how you doing? I'm good. Yeah, I'm good. I know, it's like they give you a lot of information, huh, Slight? Yeah. Adjust controls access tune. Okay. Let me try that now. Adjust controls access tune. How do you choose, because access tune is grayed out. Do I go to access commands and then okay, go and then go to what, pitch? Okay, down to my pitch, right? Highlight. Okay, access. So on the pitch access tune, you're saying set that to 15? or on the roll? All right, so you have 15. Okay, access tune. It does say curvature 15 already. So is that good? And then it's got dead zone 3. Or do I have to click? Do I have to click user curve? All right. Some people are saying 15. Mossel Get Gamer saying a bit higher. Huh. I don't find it twitchy. I find it really smooth right now. But I may play around with that.
You can also move your view to other entities in this lesson. Other aircraft F2, ground units F7, ships F9, cycle through airfields F11, the map F10.
If you want to make more accurate micro corrections. All right, so do a user curve or just set that number to higher. Look at that sunlight and those clouds. Whoa, overspeed. Bring back the throttle. I'm not using the rudder as much as I could be learning. Active sky for DCS, yeah. It looks really good. There's the velocity vector. Velocity vector set. Went off just a little bit. Bumped the power a tad. To activate the F-18 warp speed, pull back the yellow stripped handle above your head. Who's in favor of a hot 600? Because if you go ahead and type in exclamation hot 600, and you might get 600 snacks. Yeah, you might not. Oh, there's 200. Bump of power. Bump of power. Let's see. Yeah. I'm almost thinking that he tried to get me to eject. I think he was trying to get me to eject. So Yao is now on trial. Yeah, I think Yao's on trial. Vote, oh crap. Vote innocent or guilty if he tried to eject me. I think he tried to eject me.
Altitude. Altitude.
I think he did. Ooh, there's a mixed jury out there. Some guilty, some innocent. I think he did try to kill me. Yeah, he's going to have a penalty. Some are voting innocent. I want to know. Give me. I'm the judge, so give me some defense. Why you'd say innocent? Oh, where's my next one? Oh, it's over there. Okay. Pull back the throttle a little bit. Coordinated turn. Get down. Unstable. Okay. Pull back the speed. He knew you weren't dumb enough to pull it. It was a joke. I don't know. I think I once fell for the Alt F4, 12 years ago. I think. We find the... let me know what FlyJohn comes up with, because I can't read FlyJohn. It's muted on my chat, so let me know what FlyJohn comes up with. It'd probably be a few minutes. Alright, I'm going to test Track IR. How come Track IR is not working? We almost missed that gate. Huh, Track IR is suddenly not working. That's weird. No, I'm hitting F9 to disable it and enable it, and F9 changes the lights where it's supposed to be active right now, but it's not working. It was working. The program's open. Yeah, in fact, it was working before I started the stream. Yeah, the Track IR is on. Yep. Oh, there's an airport. Yeah, when I hit F, okay, so both lights are on, red, saying it's disabled. If I hit F9, only one light is on the left side. Yeah, one green light. Yeah, just one green. What does that mean? Oh, I gotta restart DCS? Okay. It must have... Somehow it lost connection, huh? It happens from time to time? Okay. That's a pity that you have to restart the sim. You'd think you could just restart Track IR. Going a little bit slow, bump up the power. Track. Yeah, no, like I said, it was working at the beginning. Before I started the stream, I could look around the cockpit and zoom in and zoom out.
This concludes this lesson. You can keep flying or press escape to end this lesson.
Wow. It does sound really good. I probably there's 2 Gs. How many Gs can I pull before I start to, lose consciousness? Or is that just, Oh, you have been found guilty. Timed out for 60. He got a hot 60. Guilty. I can reach the USB cable, yeah. So should I unplug it and then plug it back in? Okay, let me trim up the aircraft here. Oh yeah. Okay, so slow movements. Look off to the side. Look back to my wing. Slow move. Uh-oh. That was weird. I gotta do slow movements though. And the reason I gotta do slow movements, thank you for the tip, by the way. The reason I gotta do slow movements is because, oops, when I watch a stream and the guy is just all over the place. Oh, it disabled again. Yep, it disabled again. So I gotta maybe restart the sim. Yep. Wait, it's back. There's one green light. Alright, I think I'm ready. Oh. I think I'm ready for the next lesson. I wish to take my case to the Supreme Court. Well, I tell you what, the Supreme Court is listening. What do you think, Supreme Court? What should we do? Oh, the Supreme Court. I need to slow down. Yeah, you can slow the head tracking. Yeah, so how do I do that in the settings? Probably hard to walk me through that, huh? So we're gonna pull the handle, and if all right, so he said the yellow handle down here. We're going to find out what did he say to do? He said, there's the manual override. There it's armed. You have to arm it first. Okay, I think, that's armed, right? Okay, now do I just... That's the canopy. The handle between the legs. Oh, it didn't work. Arm it first, sorry. No. Oh! Well, the Supreme Court says you're still guilty. Can I control this guy? No. Alright. There you go. Oh, this disabled the track IR. Alright, so there we go. First lesson done. You need to jettison the canopy. Alright, there's 70 million. Done. Alright, cold start. Let's try this. So yeah, Supreme Court weighed in. You suck. Okay, look down around in first person while going down. Oh, okay, I should have changed it, yeah. Hey, Growhodler. For those of...
Welcome to this training lesson on starting up the Hornet. In some missions, you will find yourself in a cold and dark Hornet that you will need to bring to life. While this can be a rather long process,
So for those of you who don't know, Grau Adler has come up with a beautiful startup checklist for the DCS. And that's available on the Jump Fly Discord. So this is a step-by-step thing courtesy of Grau Adler. So thank you, Grau. I bought it on Amazon, AV872.
as described in the manual. You can also enable the auto start function. However, for this lesson, we'll review the full startup procedure. Press spacebar when you are ready to get started.
If you want to go real deep, you could also look at NATOPS. What's NATOPS? Or NATOPS?
The first thing we need to do is enable the 2 batteries. This will allow operation of the canopy and power the engine igniters. You'll also notice that the integrated fuel and engine indicator, or IFE, in the
I'm going to pause this. I'm going to disable track IR for a moment. And I need to change the track IR sensitivity. But the track IR app is not minimized, or it is minimized. Hold on. Okay, so it doesn't. Let me just get out of here for a second. I'm going to bring up the Track IR app. There we go. Then let's do window capture. Oh, it doesn't like it. Oh, there it is. Okay. All right, so there's, hey, without permission, how you doing? 3 complete startups and you memorize it? Oh, that's good news. How do I change it? Is it the motion control speed? I have mine set to 1, and the smoothness is 10. What are the recommendations for motion control? 0.6 is one suggestion. And then what about the smoothness? Any other suggestions? I know that I could put in a profile for DCS, but I don't know. I noticed that it's the DCS A10 profile here, but that might be a previous version of the A10. You passed the 4-year sub mark with him? Yeah, the Squirrel Hat. He's such an awesome guy. He sent me this hat a long time ago, before we had even met in person. All right, so you leave the smoothness maxed out. Okay, so 0.6 on the speed, and then smoothness maxed out. Huh, okay. Well, there's 50 on the smoothness. Do I have to apply this, or is this dynamic? It's probably dynamic, huh? Camera rotation, IR brightness. Oh, there it is. Save. Save current profile. Copy current profile. Create new. All right. All right, we'll minimize that. And then we'll bring back DCS World Open Beta. A10 shouldn't be in any... Okay, so that's good to know. A continued checklist for the F-18 coming soon. Thank you, Grau. Oh, there's a little news flash over here. That's kind of cool. MiG-19P Farmer is now available. There's a link. All right, we're doing training. Since I'm a sucker for group flights, F-18 has been purchased. I blame myself. I would take responsibility. All right, hopefully Track IR is a bit more, how shall we say, tolerable on a stream. Ingvi, that's what it was, right? Ingvi, yeah. You can also have Track IR up while you were in the plane and fine-tune it and see how it responds real time. I probably should have kept the Track IR open. First Black Box, now John Fly getting DCS communities. Yeah, did Black Box do the...
Welcome to this training lesson
That's
on
awesome.
starting up the Hornet.
I love Black Box.
In some missions, you will find yourself in a cold and dark Hornet that you will need to bring to life. While this can be a rather long process as described in the manual, you can also enable the auto start function. However, for this lesson, we'll review the full startup procedure. Press spacebar when you are ready to get started.
Seems pretty smooth. I do want to come back a bit there. It's maybe a little... Maybe I need a little more responsiveness. I don't know. I don't know. I'm going to have to play with it.
The first thing we need to do is enable the 2 batteries. This will allow operation of the canopy and power the engine igniters. You'll also notice that the Integrated Fuel and Engine Indicator, or IFE, in the lower left portion of the instrument panel will have power. Move the battery switch to the up or on position with a right mouse button click. The Hornet has 2 fire detection circuits, A and B, that test for fire in the engines, auxiliary power unit, and bleed air system. Before we go into detail on that though, check that the hydraulic brake pressure gauge for the wheel brakes shows at least 3000 psi. Confirm this by looking at the gauge, which is located to the left and up from the highlighted fire test switch. Okay, now put the spring-loaded fire test switch in the up test A position and keep holding it up to test the A circuits. To do this, place the mouse over the fire test switch and hold down the right mouse button. Keep holding the mouse button down and do not release it until it runs through all the fire test audio warnings. In addition to the audio warnings, also note the fire test warning lights on the upper left and right portions of the instrument panel. When it's done, press
Engine fire
spacebar.
left. Engine fire left. Engine right fire. Engine right fire. APU fire. APU fire. Bleed air left. Bleed air left. Bleed air right. Bleed air right.
So I just clicked it once,
Engine fire left.
and it went through the
Engine fire left.
auditory warnings without holding it down. Ah, but it wouldn't have continued. Okay. All right. Okay.
We will now do the same thing for the B circuit. After waiting 10 seconds, place the mouse over the fire test switch and hold down the left mouse button to move the switch in the down test B position. Keep holding it down and then release it once all the fire warning audio messages have been played. Well done. Press spacebar.
Engine fire left. Engine fire left. Engine fire right. Engine fire right. APU fire. APU fire. Bleed air left. Bleed air left. Bleed air right. Bleed air right.
Cool. All right, so let me read through here. You should watch a guide on how to set up Track IR. I think that's a great idea, actually. Thank you. And we are trying to keep it newbie friendly as well, so it's something that people can use to train different systems. Yeah. We just opened. Okay, I'm sorry, I didn't catch the first part, Nicrative. We opened up a server with Blackbox, which I am mainly hosting. I think if you ask Blackbox, you could maybe get some collaboration going on something. That'd be great. That would be awesome. Radiag says, a little fun fact, it takes 10 seconds to rewind the tape that plays the audio warnings. Alternatively to waiting, you can also cycle the battery. So it's like a cassette tape. You should get a cut in DCS sales over the last few days. I think I've dented at least, I know about 6 wallets that I've dented. So, all right. Ingv says, once you click it, you can move the mouse and view wherever you want. Don't have to stare at it. Keep it covered. Okay. Yeah, I would be. Yeah, you and I are not in the pit at the same time, Grow Adler. That's for sure. Dogo's wallet is dented. Yeah, that F-14. I'm tempted to buy the F-14 now because I think once it comes out, it's going to go up like what, $10 or something like that. Scotty P got his wallet dented as well.
Good job. Note that in the top left portion of the IFE, you can see the RPM and temp of both the left and right engines. These will be important for when we start the engines.
Dent fly.
We will now turn on the auxiliary power unit, or APU. This is a small, self-contained engine that augments the bleed air system and will start turning the engines for engine starts. Place the APU control switch in the up or on position with the left mouse button click. Once the green light next to the APU switch comes on, move the engine crank switch to its right position, marked by the R with a right mouse button click. This will allow the APU to power the Air Turbine Starter, or ATS, which in turn allows the Aircraft Mounted Accessory Drive, or AMAD, to start turning the fan blades within the right engine. Once the right engine RPM has reached 20%, as indicated on the IFE, move the right throttle from off to idle by pressing right shift home. This in turn will introduce fuel into the engine combustion chamber and start the igniters. Once the right engine RPM has reached 60%.
Okay, so hold on. He said move the right throttle from off to idle by pressing right shift home. So can I just move my joystick on the right engine to idle? Or do I have to do that right shift home?
The right engine start cycle is complete, and the right generator is automatically engaged. Once at 60%, press spacebar.
Yeah, my right throttle's not moving for some reason. Oh wait, I'm cycling it. Oh, okay. All right, well, we'll do right shift home. So right shift. Okay.
Roll left, roll left. Flight controls. Flight controls.
When we conducted the tests of the A and B fire test circuits, we also closed the bleed air shutoff valves. We need to reopen these by rotating the bleed air knob clockwise 360 degrees, from norm to norm. Do this by right mouse button clicking on the outer portion of the knob. When done, press spacebar. With the right engine running and generator power on, place the left and right digital display indicators, or DDIs, to the day position using right mouse button clicks on both brightness selector knobs. Next, rotate the HUD symbology brightness control knob clockwise by placing your mouse over it and rotating your mouse wheel forward. Once you see video displayed on the left and right DDIs and HUD, press spacebar.
Okay, so what, Scotty P, you mapped a button for idle. So if I do adjust controls, and then I go into here to, I can just do a search, right? Search idle. Okay, so throttle right idle. Did you map it? You mapped it to a button? Which button did you map it to? I want to map it to that one for just a little one on the front. And then thrust, let's see, throttle left idle. I'm going to do yeah, I'll try that for now. Those two buttons. Okay. Just 1 second. Okay. Bender, how you doing? You have off/idle mapped, but that's on the TM HOTAS. Yeah, I have the Thrustmaster as well. I just mapped the buttons on the back side of the throttle quadrant. Okay.
In the lower center of the instrument panel is the multi-purpose color display, or MPCD. Rotate the power and brightness control knob to the full bright setting by placing your mouse over the knob and rotating your mouse wheel forward. It will take a few moments to power on. Press spacebar once you see video displayed on the MPCD.
Oh, cool. It's like ForeFlight in my F-18.
On the left DDI, press the menu push button to bring up the support page.
I did that. Or do I press it again?
The support page has several sub-pages like the checklist, engine, fuel, ADI, and HSI. For now, though, press the FCS push button to select the flight control system page. The FCS page shows the status of the control surfaces and any detected FCS errors. The X's indicate detected errors, but we will address those once the left engine is started. You should not see any 2, R, or FADEC caution messages along the bottom of the left DDI. Note that by default, you will not have the built-in test or bit page on the right DDI. We'll come back to this. During this lesson and future lessons, you will often see and hear the master caution. This is the large yellow labeled button on the instrument panel that will light when any caution condition is triggered. There will also be an accompanying deedle sound to draw your attention. Press this button or click on it to acknowledge the caution and extinguish the light. Press the master caution again to restack the caution and advisory notices along the bottom of the left DDI. Cautions will be along the top and advisories in smaller text along the bottom. If the left DDI is not on, then the caution and advisories will be displayed on another display. By default though, they will be on the left DDI. The Hornet comes equipped with an inertial navigation system, or INS. Use right mouse clicks to set the INS switch, located on the sensor panel, to the ground position. This will start an INS ground alignment. Now it is time to crank the left engine. Go ahead and move the engine crank switch to its left position, labeled L, by left mouse clicking it. Once the left engine is at 20% RPM, as indicated on the IFE, move the left throttle from off to idle by pressing right Alt Home. This will add fuel to the engine and start the igniters. When the left engine is at 60% RPM, press spacebar to continue.
This is so cool. Dreaded an INS, which you always have to wait when you get comfortable with startup. Okay, this is serious. This looks really good on a 2K monitor.
On the FCS page, we have quite a few X's indicating abnormal FCS readings. To clear these, press and hold the FCS reset button. Located in the back of the left console is the panel for the onboard oxygen generation system, or OBOGs. Go ahead and set the OBOG switch to its up-on position. To the left of the INS switch is the radar switch. Set this switch to the operate position using your right mouse button. Don't worry, the radar will be in silent mode. You won't microwave the ground crew. Our next step will be to run a bit on the flight control system, or FCS. Before doing so, set the flaps to the up auto position with the F key, or 2 right mouse button clicks on the flap switch.
Okay, I'm going to try my Thrustmaster flap switch.
We'll now run a bit of the flight control system. This moves the control surfaces to their limits to test for any software or mechanical errors. First, select the FCS bit page from the bit page on the right DDI. To run the FCS bit, we'll need to activate 2 controls at the same time. While holding up on the FCS bit switch on the right wall, press the FCS push button on the right DDI. Upon doing so, you'll see the controls being cycled on both the FCS DDI page, and if you look outside the cockpit, you can watch the wing and tail control surfaces moving.
Alright, so it's the Y. Okay, get ready with the Y.
Once the FCS bit is complete, marked by the beep tone, place the flap switch in the center or half position with a left mouse button click on the switch. Takeoff is done with flaps set to half.
I don't
Once
think I did it
we're
right.
airborne, we'll move them to auto.
Did I do it right, or it seems like it came out of that bit menu? Okay, thank you.
For takeoff, we will want our stabs trimmed for 12 degrees. To set this, press and hold down the takeoff trim button. Upon doing so, you will also notice that the stab values on the FCS page will change to 12. The leading edge flaps, trailing edge flaps, and rudder should all have values of 30 degrees. You should also have no X's on the FCS. Uncage the backup ADI by placing your mouse over the SAI cage knob and rotating the mouse wheel aft until the red flag is stowed. Close the canopy by holding the canopy control switch in the down, close position until the canopy is closed. Do this by pressing the key combination or placing the mouse over the switch and holding down the left mouse button. Once the canopy is closed, press spacebar to continue.
Wow. You can see it on the FCS page or watch outside. Okay. Yeah, the canopy closed, that sound. Alright, that was kind of cool. Wow. Wow.
At this point, the INS has been aligned as indicated on the MPCD HSI page. Move the INS switch from ground to nav with one right mouse button click on the switch. Prior to taxi, press the menu push button on the left DDI to go to the TAC or tactical page. On the TAC page, you have access to sub-pages like the store's management system, attack radar, HUD, and electronic warfare pages. On the left DDI TAC page, select the HUD push button to display a mirror of the HUD on the DDI. This can be useful when head down or in case of HUD failure. Let's now set up the right DDI. Press the menu push button on the right DDI to bring up the tactical page. Press the menu push button again to bring up the support page. Now on the support page, press the FCS push button. We will want the HUD on the left DDI and the FCS page on the right DDI when we taxi and take off.
Okay, so quick question. When it says TAC menu, that means I'm not on the TAC menu, correct? I have to press that button to get to the TAC menu, or is this showing the current window? It does not register the button presses. It's the current window. Okay. Puff MTD, good morning.
The parking brake system is operated with the yellow and black parking brake handle. The handle is currently in the park position, indicated by the fact that the park label is visible to the pilot. Release the parking brake now by rotating the handle 45 degrees counterclockwise from the extended position. This can be achieved by left mouse button clicking the handle or pressing the right Alt P key. This will release the lock and allow the handle to return to the horizontal stowed position, where the Emerge label is visible to the pilot. This concludes the current lesson on starting up the Hornet. As mentioned earlier though, there is also an option for automatically starting up the Hornet by pressing the left Windows Home key. You can end the lesson now by pressing the Escape key.
Alright, so that brings a question. That actually worked. So it says here that, you know, in those moments where I want to do a quick engine start, I want to do that left window key plus home, but I don't think it works because on my keyboard I only have one window key, so I don't think it's designated left window key. So I either need to get key mapping software, or maybe it's in my control panel, or I need to tell DCS to not use left window key for automatic engine start. You can also map it in controls. That's what I was hoping I could do. Alright, let's go. Let me just take a quick look at my control panel. Keyboard. Hardware. No, there's no key settings in here. Once you got this down, you'll be quicker. It'll be quicker than an auto start. Okay. Go to the Cheats tab in Adjust Controls. Oh man, this is awesome. Okay, Adjust Controls. Are you kidding? Is there a cheat tab? under here. Cheat. That's so awesome. All right. Awesome. I got to give Mossel some snackage. Add 333 to Mossel. Or actually, it's not Mossel. It's Most Legit Gamer. Sorry. Most Legit Gamer. Okay, so here, auto start, left when home. I'm going to program that as it is left when. So it is left when. All right, for some reason it didn't start one time. But thank you. I think I'm getting sick. I must go home. Yeah. I must go home. All right. Let's continue. All right, taxi and takeoff. I know for you guys that are already in DCS, this is probably a little bit remedial, but for me, it's important to do this. Yep. Sorry about that. I just had to blow my nose into a tissue. It's always fun to see someone discovered all new, like bringing back memories of being little fighter noobs. Yeah, that's what I call. I will be a fighter noob.
In this lesson,
I will probably be a fighter noob for the rest of 2019, I'm thinking. It's fun to watch me learning it. Thank you, Bender. I'm glad that it's doing something. Mile High Drew, how are you? You can cheat the INS alignment right now if you twist to IFA and then back to nav. Oh, I'll have to remember that. It's all about the experience. It'll make you a better pilot. I think so, just the basics, yeah. I'm just glad you got here. Yeah, thank you.
We will learn how to taxi to the
runway. Good
runway
day,
and take off. Before we taxi, though,
good evening,
let's set
Mike.
up a few more items that we did not cover in the cold start lesson. Press spacebar when ready. During low-light operations like this evening, place the landing and taxi light switch in the up-on position. Now, set up your position, formation, and strobe lights as you desire. The formation lights, or slime lights, are low-intensity green lights that aid in close-in formation flying. Position lights are red and green lights that mark the left and right sides of the aircraft, and the strobe are two flashing red lights on the tail. When done, press spacebar. Time to set up your internal lights. The instrument dial controls instrument panel lighting. The console dial controls the lighting on the left and right consoles. The flood dial illuminates the forward section of the cockpit. And the chart dial controls lighting of your lap area. The lights test switch will test all cockpit warning and caution lights. The warn caution dial allows you to adjust the illumination of those lights. The mode switch allows you to select default internal lighting for day, night, and night vision goggle use. Experiment with these and press spacebar when ready to move on.
That's kind of cool. Yeah, helmet snack air graphics. Exactly.
On the altimeter, rotate the pressure setting knob with the mouse wheel to set an airfield pressure elevation of 29.90 atmospheric pressure. Press spacebar when it's set. To steer the Hornet when taxiing, we will use the nose wheel steering, or NWS, by pressing the S key, or the NWS button on the control stick. When engaged, as indicated by the NWS indication on the bottom right portion of the HUD, Rudder inputs will steer the aircraft left and right. When the NWS button is held down, nozzle steering high or NWS high is enabled and allows a tighter turn radius. This is quite helpful on a crowded carrier deck. Press spacebar to continue.
Alright, so I know that I can use S for the NWS, but it says that one of these buttons is NWS, so which one is it? Or am I not seeing it? Nose wheel steering should be on here somewhere. Is it that middle one? Oh, it's on the back of the stick. How am I supposed to get to the back of the stick? Is it right there? Or is it right there? I gotta map it, I guess. I'll just use S. Toward the bottom, you gotta bind it? Okay. Alright, well, I'll just... Okay.
To get rolling, slowly increase the throttles until you have forward movement, but do not exceed 75% engine RPM. Press Z to steer left and X to steer right. Taxi forward to the runway directly ahead.
Okay, I've got 73%. Oh, there it goes. Oh yeah, we got steering. Okay, so there's left, rudder, right, hold down pinky finger for high. Oh, I mapped my pinky finger on the HOTAS. Alright, so that brings up a good point.
Forward and practice both normal NWS and NWS high steering.
Here, let me just practice NWS high here for a second. Okay, there's regular, and hold down for high. Oh, yeah. That's good for carrier ops. Oh, baby. Now, okay, I got another question. Okay, I know that I can use W. I can use W for brakes, right? But I have not successfully been able to map my toe brakes on my MFG crosswind pedals. I tried to map it as brake left and brake right on my toe brakes, and it didn't work. Did you reverse your toe brakes? I thought I did. Let's check. Adjust controls, maybe not. Alright, so W. Okay, so wheel brake left, crosswind rudder pedals. See, it doesn't recognize when I hit the toe brakes. It doesn't come up here as a key or button on the MFG crosswinds. Oh, it's under access. Okay. Okay, access commands. Yeah, I did. I thought I did that too, Drone Flyer, but I haven't been able to get it to work in the F-18. I guess it's a different profile, right? Wheel brakes. Okay, so wheel brake left. Oops, something just disconnected. Oops. Back to access commands. Wheel brake left. Okay, there we go. Thank you. I forgot about that one. Okay. And then wheel brake right. Thank you. All right. And I may have to reverse them, huh? Yep, they're reversed. Adjust controls, axis, just like the P-51. Okay. Hold on. I just want to reverse. So wheel brake left. Is it axis tune? Yeah. And then invert, right? And then axis, tune, and invert. Right? I hope. Thank you, Magic. Thank you, MYGG. Yep. Okay, so now we'll practice the nose high steering. Such a noob. Also, the wings fold. The NWS high is a toggle, not a hold. With the wings
Come
folded.
To a halt just short of entering the runway by using the toe brakes at the top of the rudder pedals.
I should do carrier landings. Yeah, right. Okay, using the toe brakes. Alright. There's the toe brakes.
Before entering the runway, arm the ejection seat by moving the ejection seat safe armed handle on your right in the down position so that the armed label becomes visible.
Lost track IR
Also,
again.
tighten your restraints. Check left and right for traffic.
Yep, I lost track IR. That's a pain in the butt. Shoulder harness. Okay, and there's the arm.
Increase engine RPM and enter the runway. Once on the runway, align the aircraft down the center line and come to a halt on the 25 runway heading marker. Press spacebar to continue.
What I also recommend is adding some curve to your pitch and roll axis, around 27 for both. Pitch and roll axis. Axis. Pitch. Axis tune. So some people were saying 15, and then some people were saying about, well, I'll try 27. It's interesting. It only goes 26 or 28. It won't go 27. That's weird. That is bizarre. So the 23 to 28 is what people recommend on the forums. All right, well then we'll just go right there, 25. And then on the roll, we'll go 25. All right, increase RPM and enter the runway. Once on the runway, align the aircraft down the center line and come to a halt on 25 runway heading marker. I wish that my track IR would work again. Maybe I'll trick it again. Yep. I tricked it. You need ideas for a clan name for an MMO game I play? Sure, go ahead. I would call it the Babby's Clan. Who's all in favor of it being
On the right DDI,
the Babby's
confirm that
clan?
the stab position is set to 12
Seriously.
for both stabilators. While holding down the wheel brakes, increase engine RPM to 80% and check that the temps on the IFE do not exceed 800 degrees Celsius. In a Hornet, you always take off in afterburner. Release the brakes and push the throttles all the way forward to full afterburner.
So hold on a second. I'm going to take off now? What? I need some coffee. Everyone suggests Babby's clan. The Babby's clan. Babbies clan. Babby's clan. Okay. Let me understand this. On the right DDI, confirm that the stab position is set to 12 for both stabilizers. While holding down the wheel brakes, increase engine RPM to 80% and check that the temps on the IFE do not exceed 800 Celsius. Going up to 80%. Nope, they don't. All right. And in the Hornet, you will always take off in afterburner, release the brakes, and push the throttle all the way forward to full afterburner. I'm scared. Melu, how you doing, sir? Just punch it, Chewy. Alright. Let's do it. Oh, snack. Is my plane ready to go? It looks beautiful. I don't want to kill it yet. Alright, here we go.
As you roll down the runway, keep aligned down the middle with very small rudder inputs. Keep a small amount of backstick and the Hornet will automatically rotate and fly off the runway. Raise the landing gear by moving the landing gear control handle in the up position. Then, raise the flaps by setting the flap switch to the up auto position. Congratulations! You have just taken off in a Hornet. You can end the lesson now by pressing the escape key.
Oh, bring back the afterburner. How do I know when I'm out of afterburner? All right, I think I like this 25 on the stick. Looks like you left your gear doors on the runway. Oh. How did that happen? This game is worth having just for the engine sounds, yeah. Oh, gear up before 250 knots rips gear. Oh. Went too fast.
Altitude.
Ah.
Altitude.
Ha, made a mistake. Alright, that's good to know. You can press Control Y twice to remove the info bar in the exterior view. Oh, the info bar on the bottom? Okay. Increase altitude, full burner, and let's hear that boom. Is there a boom? I use the Warthog stuff, yeah. Mach number is the M in your HUD. Okay, so I'm doing Mach 0.53 right now. Alright. So there's 9,000 feet, and there's Afterburner. When's the, when will we hear it? There's Mach 0.9. Wow. Alright, this is way too much fun. Later they will add the shock cone. I wish that I had ForeFlight georeferencing. Because I have no idea how to get back to the airport. How do you get back to the airport? Move camera in front F2 while Mach 1 and it's silent. Oh, okay. Pull some G's, get some beautiful AOA on the aircraft. Let's see those beautiful vapes. Okay. Maybe the map thingy in front of me? Maybe. Oh yeah. The map thingy right down there. Oh, you're so right. You're so right. Okay. Oh, snack.
Altitude.
Yeah. That was awesome. All right, let's go here. That was way too much fun. All right. HSI overview and TACAN ADF navigation. That might be the next lesson. Wow. This is way too much fun. RIP. Yep, RIP. This is way too much fun. Way too much fun. All right, I'm gonna have a quick. Let's see here. Well, I guess we should just keep going. Boop. And I was gonna go over to Pilot Edge today, but not on DCS. Do some Pilot Edge ops, but what do you think? Should we continue with the lessons, or should we go do some PE? I don't know yet. Obviously, this is a biased crowd, though. Another 70 mil. Gone. See ya. Anyone in the audience deliberating on DCS? And what's holding you back? Or maybe you all are DCS converts. Karathis says cost of the planes. Have you tried the P-51, the free one, Karathis? Just out of curiosity. I gotta get some new headphones because sitting on my ear is a little bit. It's hurting a little bit. Yeah, it's hurting a little bit. What's FC3? Okay, so here, TACAN and ADF nav. This is going to be an intense. I think you get. Aren't there other free ones as well? DCS on PE, yeah. Ooh, ground citation. Ooh, nice. I want to fly it. What's the tail number? If you want, you can toggle a pilot body with right shift P. Oh. Okay, so a key part of any mission is the ability to navigate to and from the target. Two such tools the Hornet provides are automatic direction finding, or ADF, and tactical air navigation, or TACAN. TACAN approach. ADF uses VOR stations located throughout the maps to get bearing-only information to them, and TACAN stations are co-located with many airfields, aircraft carriers, and some aerial refuelers. TACAN can provide both bearing and range, or just one of them depending on the source and the TACAN mode used.
A key part of any mission is the ability to navigate to and from the target. Two such tools the Hornet provides are automatic direction finding, or ADF, and tactical air navigation, or TACAN. ADF uses VOR stations located throughout the maps to get bearing-only information to them, and TACAN stations are co-located with many airfields, aircraft carriers, and some aerial refuelers. TACAN can provide both bearing and range, or just one of them depending on the source and TACAN mode used. In this lesson, we will discuss how to select ADF and TACAN navigation, and the steering information provided. I currently have the lesson paused as we first discuss a few items. Press spacebar to continue.
Iowa Scotsman, been in lurk mode the past hour or so. There you go. Into the rest area. Good morning, Iowa. Alright.
For this lesson, we will be using an ADF example and then TACAN to navigate back to our home training base at Kobyleti. Let's start with the simpler ADF. To start, let's first select the Horizontal Situation Indicator, or HSI, for the left DDI. Press the menu Time push button on the left DDI to bring us to the tactical page. Note that this button will indicate menu when on the ground, but will show time when airborne. Let's press the same push button again to bring us to the support page. Now on the support page, press the HSI push button. The HSI is your primary navigation page that will display TACAN, waypoint, and ADF navigation data.
113 Golf Alpha. Nice.
In the center of the HSI is an aircraft symbol that represents your position from a top-down vantage. Your true airspeed is to the left of the symbol and ground speed to the right. Centered and around the aircraft symbol is a compass rose, and on the very top is a louver line that indicates your heading in regards to the compass rose. Along the top of the HSI is the SCL, or Scale, push button. Consecutive presses of this push button will cycle through the scale range options of the HSI. Press spacebar to continue.
So is it supposed to be doing scale of the map instead of the instead of up here? Scales what you see will become more apparent when you got the waypoint selected. Both are kind of the same. Oh, okay, so it's scaling. Ah, okay, it's scaling both. Okay, thank you.
An ADF is assigned to a specific frequency, which can also be stored as a preset on one of the two radios. In this case, we have the VOR ADF near Kataisi Airfield preset as Channel 2 on Radio 1. Right now, Radio 1 is set to Channel 1, as you can see in the Channel Select window for Radio 1. To select a new channel preset, place your mouse over the Radio 1 select dial and rotate the mouse wheel forward until 2 is displayed. When you do, you will soon hear the characteristic ADF identification code for that VOR station. Press spacebar to continue.
Downloaded and installed DCS last night while I slept. I blame John for all future wallet denting. Huh. I know Morse code, by the way. I don't know if any of you guys know that. DCSing isn't cheap, yeah. That's KT is what that just said. Da 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 da. Let's go back to 1. Interesting. You just bought the MiG-19 compared to P3D. It's relatively cheap, yeah. Yeah, it's KT. It says.
To display the bearing to the VOR station on the HSI, we need to set the UFC ADF function select switch to Radio 1. To do this, right mouse button click on the switch. With that done, you will now note a small circle along the outside of the compass rose at the 1 o'clock position. This is your bearing to the ADF signal. There is no range information though. As you can see, ADF is quite simple. Let's move on to TACAN. Press spacebar when ready.
I didn't quite understand that. So it's saying here, you'll now note a small circle along the outside of the compass rose at the 1 o'clock position. So is that right there? Or sorry, okay, that's the small circle right there. Okay. That's the bearing to the ADF signal. There is no range information though. Drone flyer, your call sign. Oh, your call sign is IVA 3DEN. Is that right? Yeah. I think that's right. Minus the I. Oh. Oh, you're Vaden? Gotcha. If it's true, read up what I'm sending. Well, JONFLY loves you. No. You spelled it wrong. Did it da. Did it dit. Yeah, you almost got it. Oh, I love pie. Sorry. John Fly loves pie. Of course. Yeah, come on. I'm like the Morse code king. You want your name in Morse code? Here it is. Da 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 it da da it. What am I sending right now to you? Da 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 did it da 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 did it. That's what I'm talking about, baby. Babby's head. Yeah. Oh yeah, I can talk in Morse code all day. Da da dit da 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 did it da dit. Hog Dog for Life. I love the F-18. Unfortunately, it's chipping away at my Zebo time, and I'm kind of annoyed with it because, again, it's chipping away from my Zebo time. N87UP, how you doing? Talk to PEATC with Morse code. I could do that, yeah. What did the old VW commercial say? I don't know, but I don't know which commercials you're referring to. Da, da, da. Yeah, that's O. But if you... Oh, you know what? There's the commercials where they used to flash the Morse code with the headlights of the VW, right? But there's a song called Underneath the Radar by... It was like a one-hit wonder. Underneath the radar. Mm-hmm. I can't remember who sang it, but at the beginning of it, it has Morse code. And the Morse code is think global, act local. Grau Adler sent me a pic via a sneak peek. Oh, Grau, that looks juicy. Wow. Wow. That looks really nice. Oh, I do like it. I want it. I talked back to my dad once in Morse code that got me a good smack upside the head. Grau is totally 16. Yes. Okay, sorry. I digress.
In order to display all TACAN information on the HSI and HUD, press the TCN or TACAN push button on the HSI.
Underworld.
Upon doing so, it will be boxed. Now we need to turn on the TACAN and set the code of the desired station. Press the TACAN button on the UFC. With the TACAN now selected on the UFC, we have three choices in the option select windows. TR is transmit receive and will provide both bearing and range guidance. RCV is for receive and will just provide bearing to the station. And AA is for air-to-air and will provide either bearing and range or just range, depending on the aircraft. By default, we have TR selected, which is fine. The lower two option select windows allow you to select either an X or Y TACAN channel. For example, 67X. Now let's turn on the TACAN by pressing the on-off button on the UFC. On the scratch pad, we now see that the TACAN is on and a default value of 1. Select Clear on the UFC keypad to remove this.
Alright, so TCN is boxed. I'm jacking everything up.
We will navigate to the TACAN station at Code Ready Airfield, which has the TACAN code of 67X. Enter 67 on the UFC keypad and then press the Enter button on the UFC. After entering 67X and pressing Enter, press spacebar.
Hit TACAN again below the scratch pad. Oh, there we go. 67. Where's X? Thank you, Hog Dog. How do I turn off the Morse code? Then the button next to X. I just see... Oh, the button here. Yeah, it's not working. Oh, it's lit up now. Okay. And then enter. You're downloading DCS? It is multiplayer, yeah. Alright, so 67. Enter. Now you got the TACAN beacon on the HSI. Ah, right there. Okay. So is that my bearing and my range? 30 miles, 235 degrees?
With the
Okay.
TACAN station now selected, we have some new information on the HUD and HSI. On the right side of the HUD, we have the range to the station in nautical miles and the 3-digit code for the station to the right of the distance value. At the top of the HUD, along the heading tape, we have a steering bar that indicates the heading to the TACAN station. On the HSI, we have much more information. In the top left corner of the HSI, we have a data block with 3 rows. The top row is bearing, distance. The second row is time to go in minutes and seconds. And the bottom row is the station ID. On the outside of the compass rose is an inverted triangle with a T in the center. This indicates your heading to the station. There is a corresponding tail on the other side of the compass rose. Between the aircraft symbol and the T symbol is a 3-pronged symbol that represents the selected TACAN station. Press spacebar to continue.
I don't think I got all that. Let me think about this for a second. What are some of the must-have add-ons for DCS? Glocky. I just got 2 so far, so I just got Nevada Test Range and this, the F-18. I didn't quite understand that. I wish that I wish I could have that dialogue back up here. It looks like a fidget spinner on the TACAN beacon. Oh, right there. Okay. Then on the top of the heading line, there's a small line that shows you the direction of the TACAN on the HUD. Okay. Turn toward it. Okay, so I need... Okay. I get it. I can't fly the plane yet, so...
When the TACAN station has been selected, you can use the course set switch, labeled CRS, on the top right corner of the MPCD to set a course line that is centered on the selected station. Left click rotates the course line counterclockwise, and a right mouse click moves it clockwise. When a course has been set, the course line will be displayed on the HSI and on the HUD, with dots to represent 4 and 8 degrees of course offset. Press spacebar to continue.
Oh, I see what it's doing. So that arrow is showing... So do I shorten that arrow right there all the way down? Or... Huh. You're setting the course that you want to take to that TACAN. If you hold the CRS switch, you can just input a heading on the UFC. Oh. Usually you set this CRS as the runway heading, then you got an indication for that. Okay. Kind of getting lost on this one a little bit.
When a TACAN beacon is selected, you will also hear the coded ID. You can adjust the volume of this with the TACAN volume control knob labeled TCN on the volume panel. Press spacebar to continue.
There's my volume control. Say you want to approach the TACAN from 010, you set the course to 010 and it shows a like where you fly to get to the position you need to be on the approach. Oh, okay. Does it have, where is the digital display of my TACAN, or my course heading? Is there a, oh there it is, C select, okay. So I know that the heading is 235. So if I just set a 235 like that, then that's generally the way I want to go, right? That's direct to the beacon. Okay. All right. I'm starting to grasp a little bit of this.
You can view airfield TACAN beacon channels by going to the F-10 map, clicking on an airfield, and then reading the data of the airfield. This concludes our look at the HSI, ADF, and TACAN. When you are ready, press spacebar.
Okay, so it says here you can view the airfield TACAN beacon channels by going to the F-10 map, clicking on an airfield, and then reading the data of the airfield. Alright, so click on here, and it should give me a TACAN 44 X-ray. Can I move this window? No. It's just a right there. 44 X-ray. Alright. That's kind of cool. I want both, Grow Adler. Yeah, I want both, please. Yeah. You can also hit 050 enter when C select shows on the thingy below the HUD to select course 050. To get the C select on the thing USC, you need to hold the CRS button for 2 seconds. Let's see.
To unpause this lesson and practice navigating using the ADF and TACAN.
Ah, there it is. That's right there, huh? It's telling me to turn left. Alright, so if I just keep turning. Gosh, way too good. You don't need to rotate eternity when the course is 170 degrees off the current course. Oh, now keypad your course and hit enter. Oh. That's the general direction of the TACAN beacon. The plane wants to veer off to the it wants to veer off to the left. Is that wind, or is that, because if I let go, or is that a calibration of the joystick, or is that wind? Yeah, the learning curve here is steep. Should I try to use some rudder trim, maybe? Yeah, there's rudder trim. Okay. Wow. You don't want to fly directly to the TACAN all the time. In fact, most of the time you want to know the heading for the runway and set that course to the TACAN. I see. But in this case, if I wanted to, I could go direct field and then enter like a left downwind potentially. Uh-oh, master caution.
Fuel low.
Fuel low.
Low.
Jeez. It's just amazing. Quick, find a Shell gas station. Yeah. Does this show your aircraft on this F-10 map? It doesn't, does it? Or does it? Maybe it does. I just flew over the airport. Right there. I'll use F10 to center. Oh, yeah, yeah. There's icons at the top. Okay, cool. Very cool. Yeah, default clouds. I'm going down at 10,000 feet per minute.
Altitude. Altitude.
Man, I can only imagine dogfighting. I'm going to have to do that tutorial again, just how to get a TACAN entered, because it's quite handy. I don't know if I grasped all aspects of it. But can I put my gear down at 200 knots? Probably, huh? I already ripped off the doors earlier. Whoa. I successfully navigated to the field. I'm cool. There's the field down there. I don't know how to land though, that's the problem. Should we just give up and go to the landing tutorial? Or should we try it? How many notches? It's just one notch, isn't it? Full, yeah. I say, of course you do. Of course Bucky says try it. Control E, 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 E. It'll be entertaining, yeah. That's what I don't know, is what is the stall speed? That's a very good question. High, but still survivable. Keep it above 140. Okay. Yeah, I'm high. It's okay. Whoa. Track IR was wigging out there. Uh-oh. I'm going to disable track IR. We're going to have to go around. No. Whoa! Okay. That didn't work. I don't know why track IR is wigging out. Every once in a while it just kind of goes off of kilter. Hello, ground. Hello, ground, my old friend. Do you take me back again? Will I land the F-18? Will I die in a ball of flame? Do I have what it takes as a newbie in DCS? Yes, I do. See, it's all wigging out. I don't like that. I believe in you. I believe, I believe. I'm just gonna come out here a little bit further. I gotta get the plane a little more trim. Oh, speed getting low. I believe, I believe. I wish I could turn off that Morse code. Is that the ADF that I set up earlier? Maybe that volume control turned it off. Alright, I think I can do this. Add a little power. Ooh, that's too much power. Too high again. It's not a Zebo, folks. Oh man. I need to. Yeah, see, it's just like the throttle movement. I mean, we survived, but how do you do reversers? Doesn't have reversers? Okay. Shift B? What does that do? Does that eject me? Oh, Shift B is speed brake? Or oops. He'll learn it in the landing tutorial. Yeah. Ah, thank you, X-Plane Port. How do you lower it? Also helps if you drop that tank. And then what? Is someone gonna pick it up for me? Control B. Oh yeah. Wow. Okay, the audio options out here are kind of a little bit much. Man. Outside audio is world. Okay. Adjust controls. Sorry. World. There it is. Right there. Sometimes you want that up though, huh? You've been away for X-Plane for 1 month. Are you gonna change your name to DCS Plane Port? helmet is radio and warnings and all that. Okay. I think we're making progress, but if the issue is repetition, right? Because if I tried to go take off right now and go try to put in a new TACAN frequency, a new TACAN identifier, and then try, I might struggle with the order of things to do, but I guess I can just go click on TACAN and put in 44 and enter. Is that going to give me a 32 miles away is 44 X-ray? Yeah, it's about repetition, right? That is very cool. Waypoint navigation is the next. These training courses are amazing. I think the other thing I'm going to do is I'm going to start subscribing to a lot of YouTubers who know what they're doing. TACAN isn't overly complicated. Okay, well, it's a little bit foreign to me on a few things, but we learned basic controls, cold start, taxi takeoff, HSI overview, TACAN ADF. Could I do this just without this though? So I need to get on Discord voice again and start doing some training live with someone. Wags does the tutorials, although he doesn't voice them. He's really good at it, and a senior producer for DCS. Okay. What you need is startup, takeoff, behavior of the plane, TACAN, and landing. That's true. So I found a guy on YouTube. I think his name was. He did a startup tutorial. What was it? He had a weird name, like started with an S. DCS F-18 start up tutorial. Spud Knocker. Yeah. Is Spud Knocker any good? I haven't tried Grim Reapers, but I certainly can. I do like the name Spud Knocker quite a bit. Jabbers has an awesome tutorial on a carrier landing. Okay, cool. Matt Wagner is the one who developed the plane, so his videos are very informative. He's a smart man. He's a very smart man. Because the plane is just phenomenal. Phenomenal.